friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. Can't wait to get into today's reading. We're looking at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and how it is that they think you see them and feel about them in the connection versus how they're actually thinking and feeling about you. Okay, so disclaimer for those of you guys new to tarot, tarot is not predicting the future. And what it is doing is actually reflecting back to you a state of your subconscious and your intuition. So this shouldn't be something brand new, something that you don't know. It should be confirming the energy frequency of you and this person. And if you go into a pile and it doesn't sound like your connection, pick a different one. Go into all four. It doesn't matter. The point being, you'll know if it resonates or not. Okay, don't force messages to fit. It is an overall state of the energy of the connection that should be resonating. Sometimes specific messages come through, and those are set for specific individuals. Although this is a general reading, many people come through here, so not everything's going to be 100% specific, but it should match the energy frequency. Sometimes the energy comes through very, very strong and dramatic in order for me to translate the energy. So it doesn't have to be as intense or as dramatic as I'm communicating it, but it should be along the lines of the same energy. Okay, and we can tap into our own energy, meaning that pile is predominantly going to be about you, and so the reading becomes flipped or reversed. So in this case, it would be showing how you think your person is feeling and thinking versus how they're how you think your person thinks you're feeling and thinking versus how you're actually feeling and thinking. Okay, so that would be a flip pile, and sometimes Spirit wants you to take a listen so that you can tap into a certain part of your subconscious that maybe you're not aware of, or messages that need to pull through. Okay, and it could be past, present, future of the same connection in all four piles. It really is up to you whether it sounds like something that's happened or sounds like something that could be happening. Okay, but don't box yourself into anything and don't force it to fit. It's either going to resonate or not based on your energy frequency. Okay, and of course, as usual, use your own intuition over my intuition. I'm just a pair of talking hands here on the internet, on YouTube. Do not base your life decisions based on a YouTube video. Okay, and sometimes the messaging is something completely different altogether. I can't help it, and I'm going to post exactly in the description what it is I'm asking Spirit. And if Spirit comes back with something completely different, then you could take that up with Spirit. I do welcome all comments. All opinions are valid here. Okay, but if you have any sort of concern with anything, it's not me personally doing this reading. It is me channeling cards and your own energy back to you. So you could take that up with Spirit if you'd like. Okay, so beautiful angels, 4 options to choose from. Let's take a look at the decks we're using today. We're using the Apparition Tarot, a Spirit Speak, for option number 1. And for option number 2, we're using the Morgan Greer Tarot. And for option number 3, we're using the, this is the Infinity edition of the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. And option number 4, I'm using the Minchiate Tarot cards. And for Oracle cards, we'll be using the Osho Zen Tarot. Okay, angels, sit with this energy. Use your intuition. If you're pulled to multiple, like I said, probably multiple piles, it's okay to bounce out of your pile if it doesn't make sense. There's no need to hum and haw. Go in one, come out. Doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense. Don't force it to fit, okay, beautiful angels. And I will put the options in the timestamp for the options in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you directly to your pick, and I will see you there. Hello, hello, beautiful angels. Pile number 1, you pick the Apparition, a Spirit Speak Tarot. We're looking at the person on your mind and this person you came here about, how it is that they think, you feel, and think about them. Versus, no. I don't know why I came out like that. This might be a flip pile. In this pile, we're looking at your person and how they think you think they feel and think about you versus how they're actually feeling and thinking. Oh my goodness. That's a twister. Okay, so person on pile one's mind and what it is that this person thinks that pile one thinks that they're feeling and thinking about this connection and about them specifically. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number one, spirits. And thank you so much, pile one, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading, channeling this message. All right, so person on your mind, how they think you think they're feeling and thinking. Clear and concise message, spirits. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse. So they think you don't know or you can't see. Pisces energy, Empress in reverse, Taurus, Eight of Pentacles. We have the Four Pentacles, and we have Justice, Libra energy. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, can't see. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we have the Three Swords, oosh, and Three Cups in reverse. Okay. Beautiful people. This might be, I don't know who's this going to resonate for as far as it being your person, because this looks a lot like a flip pile to me. But this person thinks that you think that they are heartbroken and sad because they can't see you, because you're separated here, because there's a lack of seeing each other or knowing the future, or not being clear in this connection to take direction, and that there needs to be effort put in order to make something happen here in a practical way, to commit and be dedicated and show up. And there's no certainty, there's no clarity. And so this looks like more like what your person thinks you're feeling and thinking to me. But anyway, that's how it's coming through. That there's potentially a third party, or that this person is concerned with another option that's taking precedence over this connection. And you want energy and effort put into this connection, but that this person, yeah, okay, this is where they come in, I guess. Interesting. Sorry, I got to read what I see here, and it seemed more like what they think you're thinking and feeling. But what they think you're thinking and feeling about them is that they're too preoccupied here with another connection or another thing that's taking precedence. And in some cases, they're distracting themselves with drinking, partying, or whatever it is that has their attention is more frivolous in some way, but it's getting in the way of them becoming deep and connecting with you. And so this created a separation, or is creating space between you guys, or pain for you. You're confused. You're very confused. You might have gone through a lot of ups and downs with this person, and you're not sure where it's headed. There's no clarity about the future, and that you're sad, and that you've spent a lot of time being sad, that you want balance and clarity, and that you want to sort of understand what the future holds. You want, like in your optimal state, to work together with this person in order to move forward, and that you might not feel very free right now because of the fact that this person is not giving you a sense of clarity, or at least a sure understanding that you guys could find balance and work together. This person feels like you might feel that this person is incapable of giving you love and showing up in a balanced way to respect you and give you the love that you deserve. And in some cases, maybe that this person is just showing up in a surface way here, but not in a deep way. So maybe being physical, or maybe doing something with you that's not reflective of a deeper truth of unconditional love that would be more in line with the justice that this connection does deserve. That there's been a lot of navigating through this connection without being clear in words and in action. And so you think that this person is wants to keep it this way, wants to keep you in the dark, wants to keep you in the not knowing, or that you believe that this person doesn't know because of the fact that they are stuck in the third party, or not prioritizing. They have a hard time letting go of that in order to make themselves available in a practical way to energetically show up for you in a committed, dedicated way. And so they think you are trying to see this, like you want to know, you're trying and trying to get the truth. And maybe you've reached out to this person, or you've asked for the truth, or you want them to be honest, because they feel like you really want to have direction for yourself. And maybe for some of you guys, you feel like not free because this person hasn't given you one way or another, and that you guys might be on opposite pages, but that you're sort of following this person in some way, or that your freedom depends on this person and how soon they can take action. And so this has been the challenge in the connection between you guys. And that they also feel like, I don't know, that there's a lot of intensity here between the two of you guys. And yeah, you're not feeling very good. Like all of the confusion and the sadness has created you feeling not good about the situation with this person, and it's taken away your ability to get empowered. And maybe you have a difficult time laying boundaries with this person, you know, or just finding your own value in yourself, because this person feels like they feel they're keeping you in a state of confusion and limbo, or in some third party triangle connection, or that you're at the mercy of their inability to get serious with you and take you seriously in this connection. That you're still getting to know yourself and understand yourself and trying to find your own direction. And that maybe half the time you're trying to make something work with them or understand, and the other half maybe you're spending trying to disengage and get to know yourself, because this connection has proven itself to not provide you with any direction. And so you're wanting things to get better. You definitely want things to move forward, but mostly because you feel stuck in the uncertainty with this person. So you want whatever's going to break free for things to move in your world instead of staying stuck. And so there's this allowing the universe to sort things out, or that things will eventually get sorted and cleared out if it in time moves in that direction. Yeah, so we have Taurus, Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and Cancer energy. And with the Wheel of Fortune, we have Jupiter energy, so Sagittarius and Pisces. So it's more about how they think you feel, you know, but it's like about the connection. And that their feelings for you are just not showing up. So they're disengaged here, and you'd like a greater effort, you'd like greater commitment, you'd like them to be more invested, you'd like to have open communication, you'd like there to be balance, you'd like there to be an offer of a promise for a future. And yeah, like you want this person to have a little bit more confidence in their ability to communicate with you some greater truth of their level of investment. And that maybe you have a different sort of love language going on than this person at this time. Playfulness, that's this card. So it's like not taking the connection seriously, or an inability to get close. And so it's fairly superficial here. And with the clown, it could be that this person, this person's a clown, no. That this person is not being their truest self, that they're wearing some sort of deflective energy when it comes to this connection. You know, and it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors, or that they're playing with you and they're not getting serious. So they're keeping this lighter energy. It's also giving me Fool energy. So Fool is a new beginning. So it's almost like this person is not, doesn't go deeper than just, you know, maybe the present moment. But I mean, the present moment isn't really like being authentic. It's like this present moment of what they feel in that moment, but coming from a place still of the false self that isn't truly connecting. And so they don't come with anything to really offer other than maybe show up and waste your time in some way here. In isolation. And so this has created a separation between you guys, or it's created a coldness in this connection. And yeah, that you're not happy and feeling not supported and alone and sad by this state of events, and that this person could be quite cold to you, or that the situation is just cold because you're not feeling the warmth and support here from someone. And that, you know, instead of feeling like the warmth and support and the commitment or whatever, it's like this person is just, I don't know, playing some game here at your expense. I'm getting more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy with this isolation. It's an Aquarius here with the Fool. And there we have nothingness in a reverse. So this is like, there's a manifestation that can happen in the potential of something that hasn't been created at all. And so all that you guys have experienced is this void of nothing, which is sad and isolation in this space. This person hasn't shown up. You're in the dark about who this person is, what they want, where this connection's headed. So yeah, you're in the dark. There's potential that you can't see, and you're feeling darkness from them because it doesn't feel warm, not knowing, and it's creating conflict with the number 5, because 5 is all about conflict, loss, change, rebuild. It's also temperance energy, so the need for both of you guys to come together, to work together and be on the same page. But I feel like you guys, one's going one way, one's going the other. And they're also feeling it's coming through that maybe you're a very independent person, you know, and so are they. And so that maybe their independence or their understanding of what's freedom or what they want is one thing, and then that yours is another. And so therefore, it makes it impossible for you guys to sort of be on the same page, or at least there's a concern here about this. And patience. So this was about there having to be something birthed out of nothing. The potential, again, potential with the Fool, potential with nothing, and then potential with the pregnant feminine who's giving birth to something. Okay, so I feel like what's coming through, there's a lot coming through with this thing. One, to this topic, this person feels like potentially, you know, that there's more here that could be birthed, that you want to, and that your Empress energy here is stunted because of this connection not being clear, or at the level in which is going to make sense to you from where this person's at. But that this person's also coming through with wanting you to have patience in their decision, patience in whatever they're dealing with, in order for them to be able to show up. And that there's been a long time already. Like there's been long, like many months have been sort of going by here, I feel, with all this moon, You know, when Moon's talking about like the fears, and I feel like there's a need to overcome certain fears and certain things that aren't clear within this person's world right now. That's going to take some time. And so there's a strong desire for you to have patience. And I don't know if you've shown this person really a lot of patience, although I feel more they want you to have more patience. And you might feel as though you've shown them patience, but I don't feel as though this person is saying you've given them enough patience, you know? And even though maybe there's been so many months and months, maybe you think like that's all I've been doing, but there's a strong desire to have more patience, or yeah. And so 7 is Chariot, and that's all about balance and integration of shadow and victory in allowing things to move forward in a more balanced way. It's like this person has an understanding things can get balanced and things can move. You guys can both win and work together once the fears are sort of resolved. I don't know that they know this though, so this could be coming from their high self. And like I said, this feels kind of removed from the reading. It feels more like objectively rather than what they think, you think, they think, they think. Okay, because I don't even know how to keep track of this whole thing, but because this was supposed to be how they think, you think, they're feeling and thinking, you know, but this sounds like a lot of, I guess, how you feel about the connection coming from their point of view. And so this is more like a strong desire here. Like I'm hearing them say, I need you to be patient with me because I need some time to figure out what I don't know right now and what I'm unclear about. And a lot of these things are bringing up a lot of fears in me that are manifesting with you this energy that doesn't represent me, but it's the only way I can keep space between you and I so I can understand myself, integrate parts of self here that are being difficult, scary, and challenging that I can't see right now, in order for us to come together and birth something together and create our potential here that hasn't been tapped in. And I understand that it's been very challenging, but I need some form of patience here and unconditional love. You know, and I feel that Spirit's always pulling through with showing unconditional love rather than a fear-based love. And how do we show this? We have to really understand how we value ourselves and how we can accept others from a place of understanding, like understanding where they're at, accepting the fact that they are where they're at without having any sort of expectation, but also turning back to self to fill one's own love of self. And I feel like Spirits are really coming through. And maybe because I wasn't planning really any deep advice here, this could be just pulling through as advice for you in order for things to move and to get balanced, as I do feel there's something here. And also about, you know, a potential coming together here that maybe you're questioning, like a reconciliation. And so this is a card of reconciliation, although it is in the reverse. And I feel like at this time your person is still sorting through fears. And I feel like at this time your person is still unclear. And at this time I feel like, yeah, there's this, the third energy is more prominent in this person's world. And it's really attached to their subconscious fears. So whether it's another relationship or intensity of this connection that doesn't let this person get deep, or they have unhealthy patterns so they can't connect on a deep level, so they've chosen to hang on to the world they know and create this distance and this coldness. But this connection is all about growth with the threes here. So we have 3 here, we have 3 cups, we have 3 swords. Okay, so threes are all about growth, relationships, initial success. It's also Empress energy. And Empress is very strong through here. And Empress is all about unconditional love, learning healthy boundaries, learning our abundance, learning how to receive and give love from a place that's not traumatized. And is also Hangman, which is seeing things from a more enlightened perspective. So we might have to shift from the what's in it for me, fear-based love, conditional love, to something that is more encompassing of self-love and accepting, you know, that other people might be wherever they're at, because that would require us to be in touch with the enlightened side of the divine, to extend that sort of compassion inside and out. And also 3 is about the world, which is concluding cycles, like major life cycles, so we can start a new phase. And so in order to start a new phase, we have to sort of incubate an energy that's going to be successful. That takes time, and release and detach from everything that is keeping us back. So I feel like one of you guys is incubating, which I feel is you. And one of you guys is majorly releasing, which I feel is your person, which is so yin yang again. So one's releasing and one's sort of cultivating. And I feel the cultivating is cultivating more healing ways of dealing with self, learning about self-love, expanding on self, while one's sort of working on detach, release. And I feel in this process you guys are divided, and so neither of you guys want to be separated. And I know this back end is more spirit coming through than the person, okay? But I think spirit wanted you to know that. So let's stick to the topic now, because now we're going to look at then are they actually then feeling? Okay, how are they actually then feeling? And I generally use this deck when I'm reading for twin flames, although like I say, we never really tie to a label, but that is to give you guys an understanding of the type of connection we have here. It's a very deep soul connection, okay, where I feel there is an understanding on a 5D level of each other's sort of energy states. And so it could be very intense and very heavy and draining, with the 3 swords there. So let's look at, how is pile number 1's person then? Oh, these 2 really wanted to come out. How's pile number 1's person? I don't know if I said 2. Pile 1's person actually feeling then in this connection? How are they actually feeling in this connection then, Spirit? Thank you so much for this message. Eight Swords, limiting belief. So I have a limitation with how far I can get with you, because there's some sort of anxiety I get when I think about why I cannot, and it is really untrue. And so because I have this untruth that I feel is real to me of why I can't be engaged and putting forward the effort or choosing this connection to be 8 Pentacles with you and provide you that clarity, is because I can't get clear about the truth myself. I think an illusion is true, I feel the illusion is so true to me, I don't even see it as an illusion. And this thing that I believe to be real is telling me that I cannot, or that I'm incapable right now of engaging in a way here that will allow me to be honest and communicate with you and provide forward movement. So I'm trapped here. I'm trapped here. I feel like this person doesn't want to see you go. And I feel like this person is keeping their eyes on you, because I don't feel they want to let you go. But then they got to deal with then the 8 Swords, the limiting thought. So Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is like a runner here that isn't engaged. 10 Wands. That's a heavy burden. And the 5 Pentacles in reverse. 6 Pentacles. And the King of Cups. Lots of love here, you guys. The Death, Scorpio energy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And we have the 10 Pentacles. And we have the 3 Cups now in the uprights. Okay, so how this person actually feels. I feel like this person understands that they were pulled away, or they blocked you out, that there's only so far you can get with this person, that there's only so much clarity they can provide to you as far as an understanding, and it might have kept things in cyclical, unhealthy patterns with you and this person, or kept you in circles, not knowing a direct purpose point clarity from this person. And they understand that it's been like this and it weighs on them heavily. I think they want to be able to communicate with you the truth, but they feel the truth is very painful. And what the truth is here is that I can't give to you in the material world of what it is that I feel would bring justice to you in a balanced way so that you and I could give and receive in a fair, just way, because I'm lacking something in this world that you would need. So I'm not in a position financially, I'm not in a position in my life right now that's established or that can give to you something. So it's providing that isolation and that coldness. And you reacted and however you reacted to me. And I don't like how I'm sitting out here now in the cold of this whole thing, knowing that the only way I can get out of this cold water is to come and to show up and to contribute to you like you have been energetically and dedicated. So we are in a balanced give and take. And I understand that this is where I gotta be. And so there's a need for me to let go of my Four Pentacles and lean into this transformation of myself, which again would require me to release. There's certain things I have to release in my life right now. And for some of you guys, like I said, it could be the third party or what they're choosing in their world. That is 8 swords keeping them stuck, that they believe is why they can't. Because I have this in my life, you know, and it could just be because I don't have the confidence, the job, or the stability, or the thing. And so I'm focused on that thing so I could get that, which would transform me to be in a different energy for you. Because I feel like the only way we can really come together in a balanced way is if I become the butterfly, in which I'm not. And so there's a need for me to do this thing, but I'm having a hard time releasing. And what's really driving me here is my love for you. And so I feel a lot of love and a lot of obsession here with the devil's pitchfork. Like there's a pull here. Okay, like a passionate pull with all this red. So I'm passionate, I'm obsessing, but I have a deep, deep, deep love here, and really understand that I got to deal with my own self-love. And I feel like this person's thinking there's a conflicting energies between the two of you guys until there's this transformation release, or that they can get to where they have to be so that they can show up, and they don't feel they're quite there. However, with the 10 of Wands, with this blood sort of dripping, making its way down, it's like this person knows it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time before they have to deal with that devil energy that is the 8 swords, the chains that's binding them back, that's creating the conflict between the uncertainty here of them making a decision, and that they know that it's only a matter of time before they have to choose this connection, because that's in line with their authentic cup, the authentic feelings. But what it would require them to deal with this is a whole bunch of things that maybe they're not prepared to deal with, so they've been delaying, but they feel like the pressure, it's almost a matter of time. And then I have to do what I already know, the inevitable. It's like they know it's inevitable. So I don't know, it's an avoidance here of doing that, you know? And so I feel like this person wants to be completely fulfilled in their world so that they could be of value to you. Like, what's the point of me coming to you if I'm not able to do the thing you want me to? I'm just going to tell you empty words. Like, I have to be able to give to you. I have to be able to stand on my own. I have to have the confidence to engage. I have to have something here that I got to work on or transform of myself so I could be optimal. And right now I don't feel optimal self, but I feel a deep, deep love for you. And so King of Cups doesn't necessarily show his love because he's either lacking the skill to communicate or the know-how to back it up, or, you know, it's like it's just sitting there. This love, this deep love's just sitting there. And so they do want to reconcile, I feel, here with you, okay? And I feel like this person is in a state here of telling themselves something that makes them feel like they can't provide you the clarity you need. And so if I reconcile with you and I'm not clear, therefore I'm still 8 swords, you know? So I feel this like energy of indecision still, because them knowing you want something more clear and more understood. Yeah, the Chariot, they're still needing to reconcile their energy in a way here, because it's not like they can come reconcile and say, okay, let's move forward, because they're, the only thing they understand right now is I feel a deep sense of love and passion is pulling me. But the Eight Swords still exists in my mind, which is telling me that there's still a limitation here. And so, yeah, that's sort of what's going on here. But let's see what the oracles, and how is pile number one's person actually feeling then and thinking right here, right now, Spirit. Okay, so we got healing. And if you guys look at this card, I love this card because it blocks out the head, okay, which is the mind, which was really the first card your person got, being in their mind, you know, like an understanding. And so the mind is always driven from past experiences and egoic beliefs that are driven from what's going on in the subconscious here. And so there's a hand here over the solar plexus, the sacral and the root, because that's where we house a lot of our traumas. Okay, so if I don't have confidence, if I can't trust, if I'm hurt from a past situation in which makes me feel I can't be vulnerable or honest or share, or whatever the case may be down here, or if I'm battling with addictions or low self-esteem, or I don't have drive and motivation or whatever, then I'm in Eight Swords. And so this is really talking about the healing, to lean into the energy of the heart space, because the heart is unconditional love. It's not tainted by experiences and blockages. You can't have blocks in the heart. And I know it's a misnomer because we'll say a blocked heart chakra. It's not really the heart that's blocked. It's if we have blocks in the bottom three anywhere in those bottom three chakras, the root, the sacral or the solar plexus, then energy and the prana can't get up to the heart and then to the more spiritual chakras, okay, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. It stays down here depending how blocked our chakras are. And so this person's needing to heal a lot of this blockage in order for them to then act in this connection according to authenticity. Because healing is all about our authentic self. The authentic self resides in the heart. Okay, it's always responsive from heart. It's connected to the divine. It's not reactionary based on traumas and hurts and illusions of who we think we are and what we've conditioned ourselves to believe. And so I feel like this person is having to get out of their mind. And I feel like their intuition is blocked right now. And their inability to see this connection for actually what it is because of the block. So it's like, if I don't remove the block, I don't understand really. That's why we have the High Priestess in reverse. I don't understand really the depth of what this connection should be doing in my world to see it at a clear value, because I'm interpreting it from a perspective of pain, scarcity, and looking at it from a different perspective right now. And so this is my Eight Swords, because it's an untruth. And that's how I'm seeing it, you know. Not that I choose to see it that way. It's just how I am seeing it. And so it's perpetuating me feeling stuck. It's perpetuating an inauthenticity about how I'm dealing with you, the outsider. So that's like that isolation. So, and look, it's the child. So my inner child is residing somewhere within these blocks, and it's being shut out. And so I'm suppressing or resisting a truthness here that needs to be welcomed and integrated. Well, that's why we keep seeing the Chariot. The inner child needs to be integrated, welcomed, and not suppressed. And so if I don't want to feel a certain way, I just pretend or block out or run away from connections and avoid. This is giving me someone who has avoidant attachment style, dismissive. So I don't even, and then it builds up as a 10 of Wands, because I'm only running away from myself. And so part of myself that I shut out is knocking on the door to come in so I can look at it and deal with it. And because of all my love that's really sitting in my heart space, I have to deal with it. And so with my blocked intuition and all this blockage in my spiritual side of myself, because of the fact that I have so many like lower chakra blocks, I'm being forced to deal with this through time of reflection and separation and all that. So I feel you guys are having to deal with that. And with the fives, all about conflict, loss, change, and need to rebuild. It's also Hierophant energy, which is how have I been believing my life to be? What have I been valuing in my world and committing myself and dedicating myself because of my upbringing? So there's some way that I live that is being challenged right now, and it's challenging me to look at the truth of who I am and accept this inner child of me that wants to be free, that wants to connect from the heart, that wants to feel love, that feels it inside, deep inside somewhere, but hasn't embraced it. And so the chains are giving me the devil, tying back to this 8 swords. And so here I sit kind of feeling not free, because if I were free, I would run to you. And so I'm resisting and I'm blocking. And I'm watching from afar, new vision. So the minute I start to do this, we can have a new beginning. And I feel like this person, because this is giving me Hangman, so I'm getting Pisces energy here. I'm getting 6 of Cups here with the outsider, even though it does say outside. But they're not quite seeing how to commit to this connection. And they're not quite seeing their situation from a different perspective, a more higher state of consciousness. Because I feel like they're still wrapped up in the 3D traumas here, okay? So they're being guided to have to deal with how they see their situation from a different perspective. Not limited, not 8 swords, but once they start to work with the divine, then they become more enlightened so that they could see the situation and make different decisions, and you guys can have a new beginning. But I feel like the energy can't flow to the enlightened new perspective because of the blocks in the lower. Isolation again. Yeah, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you guys are in a period of separation, okay? I feel it's temporary. I see a 3 here. That's reconciliation. You guys will come together here in order to make more progress. But I feel like the biggest challenge is when this person can start to see themselves differently, understand themselves differently, not from the perspective of ego and trauma, but more of a spiritual being here that can commit to this connection. Because the Hangman, you know, might have a problems committing and dedicating themselves and choosing. They're really having to die unto self, okay? And it's like the crucifixion, because it's the Hangman is upside down but tied to a tree here and is needing to be reborn. And that's the process where your person's at right now, okay? But I don't think they'd say all that part. But how they're feeling is they're just feeling here like there's a limitation in how they can show up, and they believe their illusion to be true, that there really is this thing that they can't act upon, and I gotta be 9 pentacles for you, and you know, so it's a belief we carry, and that's a conditional, like a Hierophant, you know, something we were trained and taught. Like, I don't know, maybe you have to be all put together before you can engage with a life partner in some way, or you have to be a doer and be established, or have this level of confidence, or appear and completely put together, or I don't know, whatever belief I have of who I need to be here for you hasn't happened yet to me. But at one point my emotions and my passion for you is going to make me act either which way, whether I'm ready or not. But I'm sort of just watching and waiting. It's almost like this person just watching from the window, like any time now, tick tock, my wands are going to break and I'm going to have to act. So they know they're going to have to act sooner or later. And so there's like an anticipation here, you know. Pile number 1, wowzers, and more wowzers. That was your reading. I love you very much. If you're drawn to another pile, I'll see you there. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys picked the Morgan Greer Tarot. We're looking at the person on your mind and how they think you think they feel and think versus how they're actually feeling and thinking. Okay, I know that's a mouthful. And it's definitely going to be sort of their own perspective. So it doesn't mean it's the objective truth, nor does it mean how you actually are thinking that they're feeling, okay? So use your own intuition whether this is going to make sense for you. I will ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for the greatest and highest good of pile 2 in regards to person they came here about, and how's that person thinking that pile 2 is thinking that they are thinking and feeling at this time about them and this connection, about pile 2 and this connection, Spirit. Thank you so much. All right, so beautiful angels, let's take a look at what we have. We have the 9 cups and the devil. Oh my goodness. Capricorn energy, the moon, Pisces, Cancer, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, 2 cups in reverse. Okie dokie. And the Empress in reverse. We had that for pile 1 in the exact same spot in the reverse. Taurus energy, Libra energy, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, and 8 cups. And 4 pentacles in reverse, and the 9 swords in reverse, and then the 5 cups. What's under the devil? The Hermit in reverse. So that's Virgo energy. Okay, let me see here with this pile. What's going on here? How they think you think they are feeling and thinking about you. Okay, so they think that you are seeing this person potentially as choosing themselves and being kind of selfish here. And that this person is not moving forward here in this connection or showing your value because of their inability to take aim in a direction that's going to make progress here. And so that this person is in the process of some sort of walking away or release or detaching from something here, or at least trying to figure out how to do this in order for them to be more aimed towards their future with this connection. And so there's a part of their world potentially that has them stuck right now. That's been the challenge, I think, here in this connection, or the reason why this person hasn't been able to actively pursue this connection and be fair to you and show up for you in a compatible way, the way you deserve. And so for some of you guys, this person could be in a marriage or another connection here. And so I feel there's a parting or a separation between you and this person, and that you potentially, this is all intuitive, I don't see this so much with cards, but you want this person or understand that this person has to make a decision in their now life and deal with the past, deal with where they're held back, and uncover a lot about that and release themselves before they can come together with you or have what they want with you, because you want them to do all that and then they can be free and happy with you, and then you guys can show up and then you can do what they want. So there's like an understanding here, maybe they know you wanted them or you could want them at one point, but unless they deal with their set of circumstances and really release themselves from something here that's been very toxic in their world and created an imbalance in this connection and an inability for them to show up. So it's created confusion, and that they fear taking action in that world of theirs, of the past, because they have such a strong, unhealthy pattern or hold of that world. And it's selfish for them to maintain, either with you and with this other thing in their world that they're having a hard time walking away from, and that this other thing isn't emotionally fulfilling for them. So it would only make sense to let go, but because there's this unhealthy dynamic that they have, and for a lot of you guys, like I said, I think it is another connection, but doesn't have to 100% be. And so that they are now sad by the fact that they can't be with you, that this connection couldn't come together, that they're looking back on the situation like a regret of what they lost out on, and that there's a lot of looking at what they missed out on you, and disappointments, and stresses, and that there still is some way of you guys coming together at one point, potentially in the future, if this person really takes action, and not just in words, but finds a way to get through making it happen and release themselves and walk away from what they're engaged with. It's not good for them. Okay, some of you guys, unhealthy relationship. Some of you guys, it's a way of being here that's unhealthy to them, by way of distractions and you know, I don't know, like it could be drinking, and it's not good energy that has a hold of this person. And so it's like you feel this person, according to them, they haven't done this, so therefore how could they get clear about what the future holds for them? And they haven't done this, therefore they can't have you. They haven't done this, so therefore there's an inability for them to now focus and work with you, because they're not quite at that point yet that you're willing to open that door to them until they get to that point. And that point is let go of your devilly ways, your addictions, your unhealthy thing that you keep falling back on. And it's selfish of you to keep choosing this, knowing that there's a connection you and I can have. And so you keep perpetuating some sort of sadness here, and you really aren't choosing the thing of substance, which would be this connection. And it's driven a lot from your fears of what you're still seeing as a situation that you need to involve yourself with, but really you need to walk away from it because it doesn't emotionally do it for you. Like they're thinking this is how you're telling them, you know, and you're like, so let go of that thing, like, so that you can manifest, because you feel that this person could manifest, like real. And right now they're dealing with choosing not the manifestation and the thing that makes them emotionally sad and not happy. And that's potentially, it's because this person has a lack of love for themselves, or is incapable of being in a state of giving and receiving love. And so there is scarcity here, and there's an inability to love you when they're involved in choosing the unhealthy thing or the relationship that doesn't serve them. A lack of understanding of themselves to make this decision clearly. So if they are in a habit that's been a pattern that's hard to break, it's like they can't see this other side, or they haven't went deep enough. But I feel like this is mostly talking about only come out of your isolation with me when you're ready. And so this is the big predominant energy, is how they feel, is like you're telling them, like, don't try with me, don't come to me, don't talk to me, don't do anything with me until you show it in a way of action in your world by walking away and dealing with your devil and this third party thing or this other thing. Okay. And you're like, okay, I get it. You're sad, or you're upset, or you're seeing this the thing that didn't work, but you kind of did it to yourself. And as long as you're sitting there hanging on, then you're going to constantly feel this 5 cups, and that has nothing to do with you. So let's see then with the oracles. We have creativity, number 3 in reverse. So this is like Empress energy in reverse. Yeah. This is an inability to give and receive love from a place that is healthy, understanding boundaries, able to reciprocate, know our value, know our self-worth, and even personal boundary. So this person has a difficult time, according to what they think, a difficult time putting boundaries in their world that respects themselves, that chooses the love, because they're incapable of having an open flow of giving and receiving. More Taurus Libra energy. And that you guys can only create something here of a pentacle and manifest when this person learns about self-love and healthy boundary and chooses themselves and knows their self-worth, innocence and totality. So we have the number 19. 19 is sun energy, although this is giving me hermit. And totality with the number 5. 5 is conflict, loss, change, rebuild. So innocence. Innocence is where we have eyes of a child and we're not judging. So when we, this one keeps sliding, when we are in judgment, it sounds a lot like a reverse empress, because we maintain an energy of not knowing our self-worth and making all sorts of understandings about who we are and what we deserve, which is not true, because we were tainted and conditioned. And so in innocence, we drop all of those beliefs, we drop all those understandings, and we go within to see who we truly are without conditions, beliefs, traumas, and unhealthy patterns, so that we can connect to a part of ourselves and know our divinity, know our self-worth, know our abundance. And so I feel like this person understands that you want this person to connect to themselves in a way here that wraps up what they were dealing with here, to close it out, so that no matter how challenging, they're coming from a place that they connected to a part of themselves that is able to close out a cycle, but move on from this sort of thing and leave the past in the past, no matter how difficult, so that they could rebuild themselves in a way here and, you know, move forward. I'm still getting third party here from these 3 people, but come out of that situation to come into the new situation here that they can choose to do, but not from a place that isn't understanding the full depth of why they're coming forward. They need to really inner experience why they're moving forward and releasing the past, you know, not sort of have their hand in 2 cookie jars or chasing 2 rabbits, but yeah, like really see their situation from a perspective here that isn't tainted with devilly eyes and, you know, conditioning, devilly eyes. So conditioning with the lion. We know the lion represents ego, and we know that the ego is a cumulative energy of identities that we create, and then we attach to them and identify as that. And so that is the conditioning. We're told who we are, and then we start to believe it, and it becomes real to us, although it is just an illusion. And so this person was conditioned to believe that they're something here, you know, that they have to be tied to something, or that they are unworthy of something, and they're having to, yeah, like undo this conditioning. And also that they're just following something here, like with the sheep, it's like a way that they've always been that isn't doing it for them, and that you see it, and that they're just sort of towing the line here. They're towing the line of something here. And it's like you want them to be more courageous. You want them not to be, yeah, you want them to do something, you know, like the lion here, and then this is Aries, Leo, Sag, and the King of Wands, like, doesn't stop until he wins. He finds a way to make it happen. Is very active in executing actions, plans, strategy, vision of taking, you know, taking and making and making shit happen. He doesn't cower out. And so I feel like your person might feel like they're just doing what someone else wants them to do, or that the devil has a hold, and so therefore I'm always choosing this unhealthy thing over my own confidence to be in the driver's seat. So this conditioning is something that's been programmed over time. Okay, so let's see then how they're actually feeling. Pile number 2. Okay. If you resonated with, well, you don't really know how they think that you think, but now I guess you do. But let's see then, how are they actually really feeling then? Spirit, clear and concise message to pile number 2 in regards to the person they came here about? How are they actually feeling and thinking that when it comes to pile 2 in this connection? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing this reading for you. Let's see, how is pile 2's person then actually feeling and thinking right here, right now, Spirit? Four Swords. So a great truth they're sitting with in regards to the painful situation. I sit with my 3 swords and I got to get very honest and I got to see clearly. So there's a little bit of defensiveness here with the knight armor. And it's like the pain right now is kind of more in the driver's seat than it is of this person sitting with, looking towards clarity and truth. So every time I feel this person might be pulled to get clear and truthful in some way, it's like, but the pain is so strong. You know? Like, I want to give an analogy here. Yeah, like let's say this is an analogy. I hurt my leg and it hurts real bad, but I got to get from point A to point B. And I could think of a strategy to get to point A to point B. Like, okay, I'm going to lean on this chair and then I'm going to shuffle walk to here to there. But it's like every time I try to come up with that plan or understand how it is, it's like the sharp shooting pain in my leg. And then I just thinking about how much my leg hurts, how much it's hurting. And it hurts, and so it pulls me, you know, and that's that devil, and that needs to be more King of Wands, because the King of Wands is going to get from point A to point B, no matter what is going on here, you know. And I think that, oh my gosh, so much coming through, you guys. I think that you're right, because I can feel you. Aside from what this person's saying, I think you see right through this person. That this person is using this as like a coping defensive mechanism, you know? They're not going to say this, but I feel like this is what it is. It's like they aren't going from point A to point B, and they keep focusing on the suffering, but it's like, because I think the thing that it requires them to go to point B is something that would make them face something that they are still prolonging, delaying, or being defensive about. And so you see this. And so they might think, no, I really want to get from point A to point B. It's almost like trying to help someone with a problem, but then they keep giving reasons why it needs to be a problem. They don't want to get out of the problem. They don't want solutions, you know, but they wouldn't tell you that. They're not like sneakily saying, hey, I'm going to stay here forever. But the energy that they don't see, I can see in the subconscious, is one of that they're not connected to yet, which is, why do you keep choosing to let the broken leg, 3 swords, be the main focus? It's not because it's so intense. It's because you don't want to really get to B for some reason. And it's not that they don't want to get to you because you're point B, because they don't like you. It's because to get to point B and to choose you means I'm going to see something about myself that I haven't yet accepted, which is I'm deserving of pile 2 to get to point B. I'm deserving of more than the situation to get to B. I don't have to sit here and suffer, you know, and all these things that they don't truly believe. They might say it. They might tell you. They might tell themselves that they do get it conceptually or feel it, but they really don't believe it. And as long as we don't believe it, then the conditioning has the driver's seat. And we saw that with the Oracle. And so I'm driven by my conditions, and my conditions are driven from my subconscious fears. And the subconscious fears right now are making me defensive. And so, but really what I don't know is that is driving more suffering, and it's worse off for me, because now I sit here with the pain of the broken leg rather than going to point B and being free and liberated. So, oh my goodness. Okay, you know, like 7 Pentacles. I haven't even done the thing. And like I said, this could be a marriage with the Hierophant in reverse. But there's something in my world here. This could be the conditioning. This is the lifestyle. This is the marriage. This is my understanding of what I've built in my world and what I give my energy and effort towards, because I see this as what I value and the structure that I give to. And it's like they need to review this, you know, like really, really, really is the thing that they're not going to get any fruit from. And so I feel this person's a mega sabotager by sitting there, because the Three Swords is them potentially staying in a situation that they can't contribute or move with anymore. They hit a block here. And so are they surrendering to the divine? Are they still giving to this thing? I don't know. Like, I feel like this means they can't no more, and it's not substantial. And so I feel there's an understanding of this. Okay, so if there's an understanding, what are we doing? Page of Wands. This is moving forward and exploring. This is communication as well with the page. Three Swords, to deal with the Three Swords. The pain of the leg. I say leg, whatever. The pain. The pain that's so much pain, we got to look at it. So words, actions, intentions created pain in my world, or the lack of actions, words, is creating pain. And in this case, I think it's the lack of actions and words, and what truly are the intentions. Because look at this big sort of truth in the reverse. There's a big old untruth here. And until I believe what I'm telling myself, I'll never take action, because it's still an untruth to me. And I think the big untruth here is that I don't think this person understands that they're worthy and deserving of pile 2 to actually take action on their situation. And they might be building up, if they take action, there's something that they have to face here that might be parting with something that they're telling themselves is, I don't know, they can't or are not ready, or I don't know. I don't know what they're telling themselves here. 9 Cups and the Strength. This person needs to not be so cowardly and lean into their King of Wands energy. That's what this is. The courage to face and drive forward despite fears, and not be so held back if they want to get their emotional fulfillment here with the 9 Cups. And so they have to resolve this Three Swords in their world by not stalling and not holding back and not being in the ego, because the ego is the mind saying whatever about the Three Swords. You know, I can't get to be for whatever reason. And so I feel like where this person is actually at, because I'm just telling you what they need to do, and I think you already know what they need to do, where they're at. I think they're not quite a King of Wands yet, but I feel they're a Page of Wands. And I feel like this person is really starting to lean into what it is that they need to do in order to move towards a 9 Cups, because there's too much suffering here where they're at. It's too much. It didn't create the thing. And I feel like if you're separated from this person, there's a lot of pain of being separate from you. So now it's like, okay, I have this first step here to actually try to get to point B in some way and look at the thing I didn't want to look at. Okay, and I still feel it's the thing is in the subconscious part, but 9 Wands, so that's that defensive energy, because this is the wounded warrior, and it is known as the card of being defensive, but it's also the resilient warrior that doesn't give up. So I feel like despite the struggles, it's like I'm not going to give up, and I want to lean into the part of myself that's King of Wands, that courage, that strength, that ability to, you know, not be, you know, like humming and hawing or too fearful to make change. And I still feel it's the thing of the past, because they're both looking to the past. Yeah, there's the Emperor. So this is good, because in the King of Wands, we want to see that empowerment to take action, and the Emperor takes right action. He always takes right action. He's capable of making things happen, and he's all the kings in one. So it becomes a very balanced sort of state here if this person can come into their divine masculine energy. So we have Aries, Leo, Taurus energy pulling through. So this person is going from a base state, I feel here with this page, to take action in their world. And I feel like they're coming up with some sort of understanding of how to do this, because I feel like in their state right now, it's not producing. So I feel like with the 4 swords and this 9 wands, this isn't really action. So I don't think they took an active thing, but they're looking at the situation from the perspective of an emperor, which is really, you know, I'm getting, because this sword's really standing out, which is giving me the King of Swords. And like I said, this emperor is all the kings in one. And so a King of Swords has to understand how to execute. It's not going to take action blindly just for the sake of it. So I feel like this person of yours is wanting to take action and do something here, but based on their understanding in a way that allows them to be successful, so then that they can execute like the King of Wands. And so they're at this beginning stage of feeling inspired to do this, and not, you know, sitting there cowardly, but actually the driver here is, I want emotional happiness. Because I really feel this person is sitting through 3 swords too long in that situation, and also because I feel they're parted from you. So now it's like a double dose of 3 swords. Because I feel at one point this person experienced you and this connection, and now you're removed, is how I take this, okay? Or at least you're distant from them. And so now it's like, well, now I'm in a reality of my situation, even more real, that I got to deal with, and now my person is gone. So all I'm left with here is 3 swords, and I'm defensive. So I have to take action, and I know what a 9 cups feels like for me, which is pile number 2. And so I got to do what I got to do, you know, got to take that first step. So Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then the 4 of Pentacles. So I feel like where this person is at right now is them having an understanding that as long as they hang on to the world that they know, that marriage, that situation, it's like I can't have a new beginning with pile 2, nor is pile 2 potentially wanting to talk to me, or there's no point me coming towards pile 2 if I can't offer the pentacle. And so if this person hasn't communicated to you, it's like they're held back here, having to be King of Swords about their situation and really look at the thing that has them held back and stuck. Because instead of being 4 pentacles, they need to be Emperor. And this is known as the false emperor. This is known as obviously the emperor. This emperor stands in the empire he built. Whether he's there or not, it doesn't fall. It sustains itself. It's a true form of structure. And it's not based on an energy here of 4 pentacles. This is the false emperor pretending to have an empire, or thinking I have an empire, I should say. But really, it's me upkeeping this illusion of security and stability that I really don't have. Specifically, I feel because this person doesn't have their 9 cups. And so I thought I had it all, or I was living a world where it was creating this illusion that I was, but it's exhausting because I have to upkeep this sort of false thing. And so I have to understand that in order for me to progress in life, period, I have to be willing to not be in this scarcity mindset that if I let go a bit, then I'm going to just, you know, like, I don't know, like lose out completely. But I think the fear here is when you go from a 4 to the 5, because all the tarot goes in succession here. When we let go of the 4, we enter the 5 pentacles, and 5 pentacles, no one wants to be in 5 pentacles because that's everything we sort of built. And now we're in this like losing out energy, you know, but it's like, it could be short-lived because 5 pentacles, we don't have to stay in a 5 pentacle. We are in control of moving forward and out of that. But I feel like there was a fear of going into the 5 pentacle. And so, but now it's like the pain in the 4 is really, you know, very heavy here. It's like a 10 wands. I can't no more be in a 4 pentacle. I have to get here. And in order to get there, I got to take the first step. And this person, I feel, is a fire sign. I really do. And so, or at least that's the energy, that they're really needing to work with spirit in this energy of fire to take action and go from, you know, like a situation that seems to be stuck to this Page of Wands, so that they can get to King of Wands, Emperor type confident, and take action and make shit happen in their world so that they can manifest something that makes them happy. And so, yeah, like this person is just really frustrating because I feel like they're, you know, like they're missing that fire. that they've been just sort of bending at the will of their situation. And you could be very frustrated with them, you know, they might appear to be very cowardly, or just like everything's pointing to fire here, like strength, all the wands, the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, even the Emperor is a fire sign here. And so Spirit's lighting an ass, lighting a fire under their ass. So we have morality, yeah, and the reverse, look, right on top of the Hierophant, morality. So something moral, something ethical that I was contributing, or some belief I have here, and so maybe I'm martyring myself in some way, or committing myself to a situation. And so I'm trying to be this moral person at the expense of my 9 cups and my authenticity. Because how moral is it for us to do something that's not in line with our truth? You know, this Emperor only does what is right, but what is right doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to martyr myself and do something here for the sake of, I don't know, upkeeping someone else's empire. You know what I'm saying? Like someone else's, yeah, someone else's empire, someone else's county, someone else's kingdom. And it's like, no, my kingdom has to be built upon integrity and honesty. But if I'm not integral and honest with myself, because there's a realization here that the conditioning isn't good, then why would I back that up? I have to do the right thing in way of words and action. Guidance. Yeah, they're being guided. And I feel this connection is divinely guided. 3 is also, could be third party, like I mentioned, that keeps pouring through. And so they're being guided to find a way through this. Schizophrenia. So this could be multiple voices and understandings and ideas that make us freeze, not seeing the truth, all the clouds. So I'm not seeing the truth clearly, and I'm stuck between 2 worlds, your world, point B, and A, my world, the world here. That's, you know, and I'm feeling trapped, stuck in the middle here, having to choose or getting clear and having to be guided out of their mind, in the mind. Okay, schizophrenia in the mind. So the more my mind tells me certain things of what's moral and what it means to be right and do the right thing, and then I start to think I got to be that way. Meanwhile, there's a greater truth here than that of the mind story and the conditioning and the upbringing. Because this person's tradition has told them that they had to be in an unhappy situation, which they do not. The Fool, new beginning. But the new beginning can only happen when they're unencumbered by 5 swords. And yeah, because the Fool's not going to carry a whole bunch of baggage here. And so I feel like this person is being asked to surrender and trust the universe to move to from point A to point B without all of that stuff that's been holding them back in some way. And it's really the mind speak story and the belief of something here. And they believe it so strong that it immobilizes them, even at a point of not providing any good fruit, and a point of suffering, and a point of, you know, like suffering here where they become immobilized. So this person hasn't given up on you. I feel like this person is more dealing with their situation. They're looking at it. They're having to shift from whatever energy they're in into more of an Emperor energy. But in order to get there, they have to do the journey. And that's the Fool's journey. And it starts with this inspiration of the Page of Wands. I'm inspired to now make a change. And that means now I can't be so held back, and I got to really face the thing that I have been refusing to face, despite the fears and my mind telling me all sorts of things here that I at one point believed to be true, and that was driving my agenda, that I had to be the person that did the right choice by everyone's standard or society standards. Okay, so pile number 2, this is your reading. If you're drawn to another pile, then I will see you there. If not, thank you so much, and I love you guys very much. Bye-bye. Hello, hello. Pile number 3. You guys picked the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, Infinity Edition. Let's take a look at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and we're really looking at how this person thinks that you think that they feel and think about the connection and about you. Okay, so it's coming from their perspective. so it's not necessarily going to be accurate. Okay, but after that, we'll take a look at then how they're actually feeling and thinking about you. So, Spirit, clear and concise message here in regards to pile number 3's person on their mind. And how is this person thinking that pile 3 thinks that they are feeling and thinking about pile 3 right here, right now, Spirit. Thank you so much for this message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading today. I realize you guys have a lot of readers, and so I do appreciate you guys coming to see me for your readings. All right. 4 Wands. I'll read bottom of the deck reverse, and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. So 2 aces, new beginnings, both blocked here. Page of Cups also in the reverse. 5 Cups. No, I'm sorry. 5 Wands. 5 Wands in the reverse. 9 Pentacles. And Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. 8 Pentacles in the reverse. 8 Wands. And Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. What's under the Ace of Pentacles? We have 5 Swords. It says mistakes, solutions. Okay. Give me a minute here, okay? I feel for some of you guys this could be same sex. It doesn't have to be, but that's pulling through. So your person is thinking that you see them as someone here who pieced out and owes you an apology, and that you guys were supposed to lay the groundwork to come together in some way, and that this person left you high and dry. And that there is a mistake here, that they, in doing that, in ditching you or leaving or not committing and investing with you, that they sabotage this connection in a way. And that right now they're in a state that they don't want to argue with you or deal with the conflict that they created. And so they're trying to keep peace by not maybe coming forward in some way, or that they're living some sort of lap of luxury somewhere, or that only when they're ready to make themselves available to you, single, free, and confident in this connection, can they then come forward. Otherwise there will be conflict. And so they're doing sort of this conflict management by staying away, you know. But there could have been something here that could have laid the foundation if this person would show up and commit themselves to energetically laying the groundwork and being able to show up for you in a committed, dedicated fashion. And yeah, like that you're worthy and deserving of that, you know, like somebody who will commit to you and dedicate and put the energy. And that because this person didn't do that, you're sort of dealing with your own value, seeing your own self from the perspective of having to face the truth of a situation and moving on potentially with yourself, but still being available to communicate if this person were to come around, and being full of integrity and honesty, and that you want honesty and integrity and truth, and you want the truth about why they left or why it went the way it did, or the honesty about this person, that you see something here about this person that they might not see about themselves, and that there's a message coming through that you're really integrated with your own sort of deficiencies, I guess, or your shadow. I see the black cat here. And so it's like, you know, you know yourself, and maybe what happened here was a sabotage. And so because you're in tune with energy, despite what's going on in the surface, it's like you understand something on maybe a deeper level here. But in the 3D from this person, like they, one, owe you an apology. Two, they need to be honest and clear and have a conversation with you that they're trying to avoid, in order for you guys to, if you do want to work together, to be able to have movement in this connection and get out of the state that you guys are in right now, which is really one that is, this person fell apart or stopped the movement. Like things might have been progressing, or there could have been there was a spark, but I feel like instead of allowing a spark to allow there to be a manifestation, it's like there was no, it was like a false start, or nothing happened here. They chose the other way, you know, and they chose to focus on themselves, or they chose to do something in their world. So I don't know, maybe they chose work or school or to be single or another thing when they had the choice to work with you. And so now there's this opening that you have of saying, well, okay, great, you chose that, but if you want to come work with me and have us come together, then I need truth, and I need you to apologize or communicate to me what has happened here, because you did something here that's ruined us in some way, or yeah, it was the reason we couldn't make things happen. So they feel like you feel it's their fault, or you blame them for the falling apart, or the lack of coming together because of how they handle the situation, and that you don't want to chase them. You don't want to compete for this person. And if they're acting, you know, that they're single and hard to get, then it's like, well, I'm not going to do that. Or if they're just chose what they chose, it's like you don't want to convince them. So let's see. Yeah, understanding. If you guys are wanting clarity and better understanding of why this person did what they did. And so they also think that maybe you guys will only get peace of mind in the situation when that clarity comes, when further understanding comes. And this person owes you that clarity and that understanding. Guidance in reverse. So I feel like this person did the opposite of what they were intuitively called to do. They really did. Like they went against their better judgment here. And the Lovers in reverse. So Gemini energy. So instead of choosing the 4 Wands, like I'm getting, because this could be in a marriage, a union, a solidifying of a couple, you know, and same with the Lovers. It's like choosing and having a major milestone here of choosing our partner, and this person shit the bed here. Courage. Yeah, because they were lacking in something that didn't allow them to choose, and that you see them sort of cowardly, that at the last minute, because I'm kind of getting bride left at the altar feeling here. You know, the bride left at the altar because this person got cold feet, or just did something now that's like, how, like, I don't even understand it. Doesn't make sense with everything that was happening up until that point. And so unless you give me clarity as to why you chose that or did what you did, there's a lack of forgiving or understanding, because you got left in the dark or got left without an explanation. And so this person feels like they really owe you an apology. And like to write to you, or to tell you, or to explain to you it was their mistake that they sabotaged and left you in heartache and heartbreak. So they understand that they left you in some state of suffering. Okay, so now let's see how they're actually feeling then. So I don't know if I mentioned the signs. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So let's see. Spirits, pile number 4. Person on their minds. How are they actually feeling and thinking then about pile 4, Spirit? How's pile 4's person actually feeling and thinking right here, right now? The 5 of Wands, don't want conflict. And potentially this is a need to get out of the inner conflict that's going on within them. Emperor, Aries energy. So is getting empowered, is taking action. So we have 7 swords, we have 3 pentacles, and then we have the Magician in reverse. Gemini, Virgo. Why is these 7 swords here, Spirit? Page of Wands and the 9 Wands, and under that we have 5 Pentacles. Okay, so okay, beautiful people, how are they feeling? Oopsie. Your person, I think they need to do more healing, if I gotta be honest, okay? They're not gonna say this, but from what I see here, because I feel like they want to come forward and communicate with you. They're unsure, though, if it's going to be an argument, you know, because they're so conflicted about what they did to you. I do feel they feel a heaviness about it. And it's like, I don't like feeling that 5 Pentacles now that I created for myself. So there's a selfish desire here. And the selfish desire is to get back on your good graces. And in order for me to do this, I have to communicate to pile 3. But if I communicate to pile 3, they're going to want all of this stuff, the apology, the clarity, the this, the that, the other. And I don't want to argue, but I also don't want to be in the 5 Pentacles. So if I were able to work again with pile 3 in a way that appears like it's not confrontational and creating challenge in their world, maybe they'll want to work with me. And so I have to come up with a way to talk to pile 3 that will let pile 3 know that I'm willing to work with them. But I don't know necessarily what that looks like without me having that tough conversation. And so this person is wanting to come forward and, you know, like actually come forward to say pile 3, like whatever it is, they don't know yet what it is that they got to do, but they feel like whatever they do got to do has to be something here that pulls them out of the 5 Pentacles and gets them sort of out of the doghouse, but at the same time doesn't turn into a big thing here, because I feel like you and this person were on 2 different pages, because the Wands is all about a lot of people potentially with all different opinions. Nobody could get on the same page. Everybody sort of has their own agenda. You know, there's no cohesive thing. So you and this person probably had different ways of seeing a situation. And it's like, it's still unresolved here. And seeing this and this, I don't like, because this is a selfish energy. So it's like, I gotta understand for myself what's going to work for me in coming out of the 5 Pentacles. So I want to drive my agenda still. And I want to drive my agenda. But if I tell you that I still have the same agenda, of course you're not going to want to deal with me. And then I'll still be 5 Pentacles. So I'm going to come from an angle of still hanging on to my agenda, but not really be clear about it. And then see how I can work with you so that we can get me out of the doghouse here. But I feel like this person is the 9 Wands, like, doesn't want to give up on this connection, is wanting to come forward, is gonna try to talk to you about a plan. But I feel like the plan is what? Like, are they going to pretend to agree with your plan only to secretly be sort of trying to work with you in a way that creates what they want? Because I feel like this is sort of a dictatorship is coming through here. I'm going to force my way. And if you don't want to be with me, I'm going to force my presence onto you, because right now I don't want to be 5 Pentacles and without you. And so I'll do here like a play nice to a point where you might believe that I'm cooperating and have your agenda in mind. But really, my agenda here is something that I haven't let go of, that I still want to work on, you know. But instead of force feeding you, because it obviously didn't work and it's going to make you combative, I'm just going to force feed you through the back end silently. The world, yes, like I want to be able to have closure to what has happened in the past. And what had happened in the past, I think this person abandoned you or let you down and shit the bed and went MIA. And so it's like, how can you trust this person now, you know? But they're still defensive here. And I think they still have an understanding that they had in the past. I feel like I want to do another one for you guys here for this group. I haven't done for the others, but I do feel, and then we'll pull the oracles to see. But okay, so can we see more? Like, this seems a little bit sketch. Okay, so I don't know why this person is all sus, but it doesn't look good here. Spirit, what's going on here with pile number 3's person? Like, well, how are they feeling and thinking then? Can we dive into that reverse magician and that emperor and what's actually going on here with their feelings, and what is it that they're wanting to, what agenda are they wanting to drive with here? The Hermit, Virgo energy, and the 7 Wands, Ace of Wands in reverse. Sorry, 7 Wands is also in reverse. And we have the 5 Cups in reverse, and the Tower. And then again, 5 Wands in reverse. You guys don't see eye to eye or agree on something here. And they don't want to argue with you about it, but they also don't want to be left outside of you. Outside of you. You know what I mean. They're left in the doghouse. Awakening and Hermit. Like, wow. Okay, this is when we have this Judgment and this Hermit. We have to deal with a truth. And I feel like this person is having to see a truth that's deeper than what has transpired here between you guys. And I feel like the suffering that they have here based on how they acted in the past is making them feel in a way of regret, shame, sadness, and feeling apart from you. That doesn't feel good. They want to come together with you because they want to come out of this state. They don't want to have to argue, you know, or defend themselves. But I feel like there's this need for things to start from truth. There's this need for there to be like seeing the truth for what it is, not allowing you guys to build on something that isn't real. So I don't know if there were lies in this connection or a belief structure that couldn't be built upon. And it's like this person doesn't want to, I don't know, add to it or have to fight their point. And I feel like what's really holding this person back is the fact that they don't want to be in conflict with your idea. I feel you both have different ideas. And so if it were up to them and you guys were on the same page, it's like they feel passion and they'd want to be inspired to get things going. But it's like, I'm not going to act on my inspired passions because I feel like we're still not seeing eye to eye here, and I don't want to have to argue. And so this is also a feeling of giving up. So I think this is why they retreated in the first place or did the thing. It's like they just gave up or they didn't want to confront. And then something had to like be seen or fall apart. And I think in the depths of their sadness, or then it's like I could understand or see something in my hiatus from you that's truer. And there's 3 cups. They want reconciliation either which way. So I still don't see the nefarious thing here though, but I was feeling it in the other round. Here I just see more of I want reconciliation. I don't like that we were on 2 different pages, and I aren't in an energy here that wants to I am not in an energy here that wants to keep defending my position actively with you. Okay, Spirit's coming through because yes, perfect. Beautiful people, I caught you in a transition. And this transition is the suffering I have with what I created between you and I is greater than the energy of why I ran or did what I did, which hurt you. But I still carry that belief of what I did to you. There's something here that I believed or that made me do that. And that needs to fall away. And it can only fall away when I truly experience what I'm supposed to experience in order for my illusion to fall away. So if I believe something to be true, my truth, whatever their truth was, that was conflicting with your truth, that was creating the disagreement with you or not seeing eye to eye, it made them want to do what they did. And now it's like, I miss you so much that that's going to be my drivers to reconcile with you, but I still have that mindset. And so what Spirit's showing here is like, this mindset is going to have to be something that gets shattered when this person comes into a greater awareness upon further review, because there's a deeper truth that this person is needing to see. And right now they might not want to defend what it is that they still believe, because when you reconcile, you're sort of on best behaviors. They're not going to bring up the thing that made you guys argue and made you guys all whatever, you know? And so I feel like this person doesn't want to bring that up or whatever, but there's going to be a tower, because this is going to come up. They're going to have to see a truth and deal with the honest truth that if you guys are still on two different pages or come with your separate agendas, then eventually this tower will still fall in this connection. But I think right now all they're thinking about is, I don't want to be 5 cups. I miss you too much. I regret what I did. I want to come together. I want to have a good time. I want to celebrate. But then what happens after the celebration? If I don't know myself and I haven't seen the real picture, then I'm just going to eventually, again, create conflict with you and try to defend what it was that I believed in the first place. So, but yeah, like, I don't know, what good is this to you? This is no good to you. Like, but I think they don't really, it's not care. It's like they're more driven from the sadness and the shame or the guilt. You know, it's like, oh man, if I could just get back with 3 and the good graces. But that's the reverse magician again. And the emperor is like getting my way, my will, forcing my will without resolving. So let's see some oracles and see what we get with that. Sorrow. Yeah, I'm just so 5 cups right now. I can't wait for group 3 to be in my world again. What about the conflict? No, I'm just in sadness. I'm not thinking of the conflict. Well, what about having to be honest and truthful? No, just the sadness has me driving, wanting to have better times with pile 3. That's all I'm thinking about. Look, 9. There's a need to go within. There's a need for them to do the hermit's journey, to really connect to the thing within them that's calling them to do this. But instead of leaning inwards, they're leaning outwards towards you, you know, because towards you is like the quick fix of the reconciliation, but it's the inevitable tower. Maturity. They need to mature, and the maturity of the situation, because the only way we can really mature is when the tower falls and then we build on something solid. That's mature. But if I keep adding to instability and I haven't resolved my limiting thoughts or my belief of something that's created the conflict, then I'm not resolving anything. I'm just being immature, getting out of my sad state, wanting to be in your presence, and hoping, crossing my fingers that you don't bring up the past or that I have to be held my feet to the fire. And so I'm immature about it, but at least I got to celebrate with you or reconciled or got to see you or came out of the doghouse. The Lovers. Yeah, the choice is going to keep coming up. So there's a destined choice this person has to make. And the destined choice requires this person to be mature, requires them to do the hermit's journey and look within in order to come from a state of a more healed version, so that they're dealing with honest truths, so that when the decision comes to you and them, you guys are dealing with truths. You know, like they have their truth, you have your truth, and if it cohesively comes together, then you guys can choose each other. But if I'm still believe some story I tell myself, and that's my 7 wands, and I'm going to fight and believe that to be true without doing the inner work, then I'm keeping up some part of myself that I want to defend that's not even most likely accurate or aligned with my deepest self. Suppression. Not aligned with my deepest self. I'm suppressing the self here that wants to come out, and I don't realize it because I'm immature, you know, and I mean just immature when it comes to dealing with emotions or understanding themselves or shadow work. It's like an immaturity in connection, because what I do is I fight with the 7 wands and I believe with the illusion and I understand my mental capacity of an experience, rather than go 9, do the hermit's journey and go within and look at what I'm suppressing and become more honest about things going on within me, why I'm suffering or what I truly want or why I'm resisting or why I'm fighting or defensive, and really uncover all those truths. So now I'm dealing with the true core of who I am. Now I'm mature and now I can show up for you in a balanced way. But until I do this, I'm going to be imbalanced. I'm going to create all sorts of not good in your world. Yeah, look at this. Nothingness. Look at how these all tied into the next one. I'm going to create nothing good in your world. Nothing. I can't create anything in your world. The only thing I create here is the 3 cups. We celebrate. We might have some reconciliation sex, and then what? And then there's still nothing created. There's nothing created here. I'm just prolonging the 5 again. Prolonging the conflict. Prolonging again another 5 cups. Because 5 is all about the challenge. And unless I deal with it, I can't. Okay? So pile number 3, that's your person. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4. You guys picked the Minchiate Tarot. Minchiate. So we're looking at the person on your mind, person you came here about, and how does they think you think that they feel and think about you. I know that's a mouthful. Okay, so it's like, what does pile 4 think that I'm thinking and feeling about them right here, right now? So let's see, and then we'll look at how they're actually feeling and thinking about you. Okay, now because this is their perspective, it may definitely not be how you're feeling and thinking at all about what they think and feel. Okay, but let's just see. So Spirit, clear and concise message here in regards to pile number 4, a person on their mind, person they came here about. And how does pile 4's person think that pile 4 is thinking that they're thinking and feeling at this time? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here, sharing this reading here with you guys. I realize you guys have a lot of readers, and I do appreciate you coming here to see what's going on here in my world. So, fire. This isn't a standard tarot, by the way, okay? So we have all sorts of zodiacs and elements. So, fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passion, off the charts. Off the charts. Look at the blaze here. Okay, I'm also seeing 20. So 20 is 2. 2 is all about balance, duality. So there's a lot of passion. There's a need to get balanced. But I feel like there might be a choice here that this person is needing to do, and they're feeling the pressure to do so. It's kind of what I feel here. Also getting a lot of ego energy from that. Okay, so we have Aquarius. And we have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. And, wow, we got these 3. Okay, we have 6 of coins, 10 swords in reverse, and the air sign in reverse. So now we have fire, air. Okay, and we have the 10 of clubs, so 2 10s. 10 of clubs is 10 wands, so more fire. The Capricorn, wow, my goodness, we're getting so many signs. What is going on here? So Capricorn rules Saturn. Okay. So I feel like there has been some sort of challenge here in this connection. 4 Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and 5 Cups. Okay, and then we have the 7 Pentacles in reverse. And what's under this fire sign? We have the Scorpio. Oh my goodness, I'm going to read this. Okay, let me just sit here with this weird energy that's gone in here. Okay, it's a weird one, but the messaging is so clear, and I don't know how it came so clear with all these signs. There's a darkness going on. Darkness, and the darkness here is because I feel there was an ending, something said, something's understood, like between you guys. You know, there's a lot of mental energy and maybe a lot of unspoken words about how we're actually feeling or thinking. But I feel like there, for some cases, some of you guys could have had harsh words, you know, but either which way, the thought and the words have created some form of shadow to be present in this connection. And the shadow created some form of separation or division between the two of you guys. This person can't take it anymore. I feel there's a passion here and a desire here to come up with some creative way to get into your good graces. But I feel like this person hasn't been able to, just wanted to fall back in the same spot, hasn't been able to fully maybe come up with some sort of creative way, or is now had enough time and they're coming out of the period that you guys had apart here. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, there was an ending with the 10 swords here that they don't like. You know, like things were said, or because things were not said and understood between you guys. And so if there hasn't been, it's like they anticipate this ending. Either which way, it is clear about the tension regarding some form of separation that is on the table or has been on the table for some time, where there was some reflection, or there's something with this person that they have to come up with some creative way in order for there to be a new beginning here. So they feel like you're thinking that they're concocting a plan, or that things have been so challenging and that they can't carry it no more. That way of being that they've been showing or doing or invested in. So if you guys have been apart, it's like they can't carry on that energy much longer because we've been apart too long. Or if it's like you're about to call it quits because both of you guys have an understanding but hasn't been communicated about something, some truth, some elephant in the room. It's like, well, they can't continue down that energy. Eventually something's going to give with this person, is what they think you think about them. That they're going to hit some sort of wall, and that they're going to have to come up with a creative way here and some form of dealing with this connection in a different way in order to restore balance with how they energetically show up, so that they can invest here towards you, allow there to be a new beginning that's based in love and more in line with an authenticity of self, and that this person is eventually going to have to do the, it's like they're either delaying the inevitable here. You know, like something is inevitable, and the inevitability is connecting with ourselves in order for us to really see what it is we truly want, and that this person is experiencing, and you might be experiencing with them, a 5 cups, because of the fact that this person's too held back or not allowing things to flow in a way here for you guys to have a beginning that's full with love, you know, and they have to come up with a way, because things are just going to fall apart if they don't. So I feel like this person hasn't been showing up, hasn't been investing here. And so there hasn't been any manifestation of fruit, and all you guys have experienced is the shadow side of this connection, and things are getting more intense, more intense, more intense, and that eventually the house of cards is going to come tumbling down. And if they have been apart, it's like the house of cards already fell down, but now it's like it's too intense for them to stay away because of this false breakup or this period of separation, that they now have to come more dedicated and committed to what they need to do in order to have success, and stay very focused and committed to that vision, you know, the vision that they come up with here to do the thing that they need to do, because whatever they did in the past did not work, and it's not going to continue working if they continue in that energy. So let's see, what does the oracles then say about that, and how accurate are they? Celebration in reverse. So it's like, yeah, you don't want to come together with this person if you guys are apart, and because you guys had a breakup or a separation, until they come up with something different that they're going to do, and convict themselves. Like Capricorn's a very ambitious and consistent energy. Despite challenges, it keeps going and it achieves. And so there's a need to achieve some form of stability in order for there to be fruit and balance and some form of commitment that gets you guys out of a state here that's 5 cups. And so it's like you don't want to come together with them, or you guys can't celebrate each other, you know, until this is dealt with. And they got to deal with that. The source and postponement. Yeah, the inevitable. Didn't I say? So it's like It's coming. Okay, this is giving me sun energy, source, father energy, empowered to take action and to create the thing that's inevitable. And it's like, you know that there's something inevitable here that needs to be created, that needs to be given birth to, that's being delayed or prolonged. As long as that person is removed or in hermit or not coming with a new fresh mindset of how they're going to commit. And so they're delaying this, but that there is some window of opportunity here for them to be able to create with you. And they just need to pull the trigger in some way and see things differently from how they've potentially been seeing. And I feel it has to do with creating stability in this connection, consistency, and not being held back and dealing with some sort of Four of Pentacles. They're delaying something here. And so they feel also like you can't be fully enjoying their company. So if you're with them, because I feel this is split, like I said, lots of people come through here, okay? So I can't, you know, paint one paintbrush for all of you guys. But the undertone is very much the same for all of you guys. But I don't want you to think it's not your connection. Because some of you guys are together and it's like, yeah, we're together, but we can't enjoy each other because you're a little bit too isolated from me and the way that you are. It's going to create a separation in this connection where we can't bond anymore. You know, if you don't start showing up in this way here, it's just going to build up and then we're going to split. And so I don't want to be sad, and I don't want you to be sad, and we're going to be sad and looking at what didn't work because you weren't able to man up, you know, or come up with some way and show conviction in that plan of yours, and you chose to be held back, or you chose to hang on to some part of your world that didn't allow you to have a new beginning with me. And so how long are we going to continue not seeing fruit here? How long are we going to continue where you're not invested in this thing? It's just building up. Eventually it's going to snap, and you're just delaying this, you know. And so we're stuck in this sort of Plutonian energy where we're just experiencing the pains and maybe the dark shadow of what could be beautiful. Yeah, even here, look at the not the colored world that we know we can experience. So they know that you know you can experience color with them. And they think that all they've provided to you up until now has been this shadow self, this shadow world of the black and white version of them, not the one that falls to the wall, you know, the one that can like really step up. And so I think the unspoken here, because I really feel there's an unspoken, is that I know you can do better. I know you can be more of this type of a person, balanced, giving in a way here that can be stand up, but you're choosing not to talk about it, or you're choosing something else. And if you are separated, you're now removed or coming back from this because I already know that you want to come out of the black and white world, that you had to learn the hard way, and the fire is building up, your passion for this connection, that you see that there's potential with us, so you have a window of opportunity to come in and take right action, but you have to take the action in order for us to have a new beginning. But I have to connect to your heart space here and deal with your Four Pentacles, okay? Clear as mud. But let's see then how they're actually feeling, okay? Let's see how they're feeling, because it's like delaying the inevitable and feeling a lot of passion. And I don't know. So coming out from the hermit energy, where they're isolated and boxing you out, shutting you out. Spirit, how is pile 4's person then actually feeling right here, right now? Actual feelings, thoughts, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile 4. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, Spirit, for allowing me to channel this message for pile number 4. I'm so blessed, so grateful to be here. Let's look at pile 4's person's, no, I don't feel those feelings and thoughts right here, right now. How are they actually feeling about pile 4? If they were to be completely honest, what are their actual feelings and thoughts? 7 swords. They're not being honest with themselves. We'll see. Because this is deception. It's a false mask. But I think it's the held back. because I'm getting that held back energy. I'm not really telling you, and that's the elephant in the room. I'm not telling you or communicating with you or showing my truest self. So it's a form of lying because I'm not being authentic. Death, transformation, more Scorpio energy. There's the sun. Yeah, I need to allow myself to feel the sunlight in this connection that I've been sabotaging this connection from because of my inability to be authentic and speak a truth. Because this is all about clarity, joy, certainty. And look, two people sitting here enjoying the sun. I think you guys both deserve to enjoy this sunshine energy. So prudence. And this is in reverse. So I'm really getting, again, that Capricorn energy, that ability to stay to task with something here that they gave up on, or they feel like they chose to throw in a towel by saying I'm not, or I can't, or I won't, or I didn't, you know, be in the energy that would do the thing. And so, yeah, huge transformation here I feel happening. The water, emotions. This person was not being honest about the depths of how they feel. And I think they haven't communicated to you the depth of how they feel. And I feel like there's a need to shine the clarity around the feelings part that's been either suppressed or just not accepted or acknowledged. Look at Capricorn in the exact same spot again. So your person could have heavy Capricorn placement, sun, moon, rising. Okay, but with the prudence here in the reverse, it's like they could do better or know better or be committed in a way that would be dedicated to a better way to run this connection and flow with this connection and engage in this connection that hasn't been historically how they've showed up. And, you know, the Leo. So there's heavy Capricorn Leo. Leo is this sun. Confidence. I think your person hasn't confidently wanted to express themselves or show their feelings to you because I feel like there was some fears around maybe not, I don't know, being seen in a way that they want you to see them, you know. So I'd rather not be seen than be seen for how I actually feel, because that would require me to have my confidence. Maybe they feel you'd reject them, or just there's something here about this held backness energy, charity. So this is giving me 6 Pentacle energy. I feel you've been very kind to this person, and they do feel there's a lot of love, a lot of giving, and I don't think there's been a lot of receiving on your end. And I feel like this person was incapable of giving to you in a equal sort of manner or in a consistent manner because their mask wearing took the priority or the front seat here. And this is where this person is transforming. And this is like a major release, you know, releasing the false self, releasing the mask, allowing ourselves to do whatever we need to do in order to become a different version of ourselves. And so I feel like they're going from the reverse prudence and the energy that they were in, the elephant in the room, to somebody here who can identify their feelings and reveal their feelings and address their held backness and be more confident because they need to change this about themselves. The Jack of Cups. So that's the Page of Cups or the Knight of Cups. But either way, in this deck, I think it has both Knight and Page and the Jack. So in the reverse, I feel like the Jack's going to come probably even before the Page. I don't know that this person has really talked to you about their feelings. And the elephant in the room is when this person keeps the Seven Swords mask up, pretending not to be engaged or sitting with their lack of confidence or being held back, they understand the inevitable is going to happen here, you know. And it's like you're giving and you've been in this beautiful, this is like giving me Empress energy despite wherever this person's been at. And it's like I understand and I could see, you know, and I understand and I could see my feelings, and I understand and I could see where I wasn't providing the stuff that I needed to in order to get there, to win with you. So I might not be in this moment the most confident. I might not be at your level to be able to give to you. I might not be there yet because they put you on this pedestal here. But it's like, but my Capricorn nature, my ability to be committed slowly but surely and constantly be focused on how I can be more confident, how I could get there with your support, with you, how your energy is. They feel they get a lot from you, you know, a lot of confidence from you, a lot of belief in self. They could see more when they're supported by you in some way here. So it's like, now I can navigate to the choppy waters of my emotions, the parts of my emotions that I was either in doubt of or lying about or couldn't reveal on the surface to you or maybe even to myself. I can navigate these waters if I'm consistent at it, and they are. I feel this person is really wanting to stay focused on this vision, you know, the moon. So getting out of the fear. In the subconscious, I had some untruth about my feelings or how I connected with my feelings, or even whether I could be confident enough to pursue you or show up. And this is what I've been working on transforming so I can get out of my fears, get out of whatever was sort of holding me back so that I can match your level. But I still don't feel I'm at your level, but I feel like with your support, I'll get there. And this is something I see very clearly and that I'm coming to understand. I feel this person's coming to understand their feelings. And they're also coming to understand that the trajectory of where this connection is going in way of movement is solely up to them. If they don't start to reveal truths and provide clarity, I feel like this person understands that things won't move with this ship here. They're going to end or go backwards. And backwards just means I'm going to stay in my same sort of energy here and not attain progress in my world. So I have to show some level of commitment here. You know, so let's see. How is pile number 4's person then feeling? Flowering in reverse. I feel like the full potential is yet to come. And with that lotus flower, that's like a difficult situation. That's been difficult because I've shut you out somehow. I am now understanding how I can bloom. And this is through the way of death. Okay, through a way of transformation and release, so that we can engage in a full potential in this connection that's been, I don't know, suppressed here by my 7 swords. So we have going with the flow. That's really this water. So I've been in an energy where I fear the emotions is really what I feel. And so I get held back. And every time I'm meant to go in my emotion, I'm like triggered or blocked or fake about it or get sabotagey about it or resist. Whatever it is, it's been opposite of allowing me to be comfortable with you. And this, however, it comes out naturally because I need control. And I fear that if I do allow my emotions to take the wheel and steer this ship, then I will completely lose control of myself. And I am most likely someone here who is used to being in control of things in my world, you know, but emotions I can't control. And so I've maybe been resisting my emotions or addressing them and getting close to you. So yeah, it's all about this need for control and keeping self in an energy here that won't go over the edge, you know, with you and allow themselves just to feel friendliness. It's been cold. And I feel like this person's decision here is to allow there to be healing between you and this person, because I think the strictness, the controlness is getting in the way of you guys being able to share together. And I feel even with the yellow here, it's like a lack of self-confidence. And yeah, like I just feel this person is coming into greater balance, not letting the control sort of dictate and more into the flow energy. That's what's really, really being transformed here. So I feel like for this group, I just want to give you guys sort of a takeaway, because I feel like there is something more here Spirit wants to communicate, whether it be advice or just something you need to know about this person. What is it that pile 4 that needs to know about this connection? Anything I've missed, anything further, Spirit, any questions they might still have regarding this connection that hasn't come out, or what it is they should be doing. Anything. Oh my goodness, you guys. I knew there was more, but I didn't realize there was a whole bunch more. Okay, so what is it? What is it? King of Pentacles. Yeah, this person. I was getting heavy Capricorn energy, but it's really the commitment and the dedication and the consistency to get myself out of a state. Oh, and I've been really drawn to these bumblebees that were just sort of coming out. And bumblebees are hard workers, which Capricorn always resonates with the work. And I feel like it's like putting in the work, but it's like I can't alone. Like you support me, or we work together well, or you allow me to be able to work with you. There's something really about them having the confidence with the yellow again, the solar plexus, to be able to show up and work with you. And I feel they really want to. And one thing that I think it's really going to impact is their level of commitment and reliability and stability to create this with you. You know, it's going to be over time. And I think this person might have taken quite some time. Yeah, the honest truth instead of the 7 swords, to get clear and direct. But most importantly, I need to communicate to you about my feelings and not suppress them. This is like an honest truth about how I feel, and supporting them in way of word and action. And again, the Capricorn, 8 Pentacles, put in the work, show up. This is like hard, consistent, dedicated effort that over time creates the thing. Over time creates the thing. The House of the Devil. So I'm getting Tower and Devil all in one with this. Okay, and so the Tower comes after the Devil. And in the major arcana, the Devil is all about where we're chained and stuck to an unhealthy pattern or something that we are keeping alive by way of whatever means. And the minute we free ourselves of the Devil, the illusion that we built, the structure we built, the identity and the thing that was keeping that Devil energy falls apart. So I think this person is transitioning with that Death card from a Devil energy held back, devilly patterns, unhealthy ways of being, whatever their thing was, to allowing the false to fall, the 7 swords and the Tower, so that they can start working and building from honest ground, not building on shaky ground. I feel there's something very solid about this person, or wanting now to be solid. I want you to rely on me. I want to commit. I want to have this long-term idea of who I could be for you. And I can only get there through time and through effort. And this is my truth. And so I must act in that truth. And the only way is to detach myself from the Devil. I feel this person's cutting themselves from Devil, and the Tower is now falling. So this might be a period of transition between you and this person. Yeah, 4 wands, build a structure, foundation, Emperor energy. Okay, structure, foundation, and union coming together to lay the groundwork. This is also a rite of passage. So this is a pivotal point in this connection's history, where we're walking through this milestone where I am going to dedicate myself in a way, regardless of the falling away of something that might have at one point had a hold of me, like the Devil, and holding back my feelings, because there you are. Beautiful Empress energy with charity, giving, caring. This is really about your ability to care about this person and be unconditional with your giving side, you know? And it's like, this makes me want to show up. This makes me want to work. So there again, holy camole, like this person won't give up. Like this is the most ambitious of the signs here, and worker bee. Okay, so I'm going to work. This is the work card too, but it's like work on my truth, work on showing communication, work on clearing up anything here that was built on fake, and work on releasing the Devil, because I feel this person's had enough 7 swords and they don't want to experience the ending of whatever they experience here with you, or they want to prevent that. There's a lot of anticipation of what could be if they don't, and what could be if they do the right things here. And I think they don't like what things could be if they don't. Like, they really don't. They don't want to lose this. It's shown up like twice now. Okay, so it's like, because of this, I must be this. Because if I'm not, I'm going to experience something I really don't want. And it could be the crumbling, you know, of a world that they could create with you as well here if they don't deal with this. Yeah, look, 10 swords. So I'm ending the devil. I'm ending the 7 swords. I'm ending my held backness of emotions and not letting you in. I'm ending all those ways. Okay, 10 swords is a minor arcana. So it's like an end of circumstances so that I can be in a different energy. And with the death, that's transformation. That's a major release. And so I feel like the major release of how I've been showing up in circumstances is massively going to change, because I'm transforming as a person to someone who might have been unreliable or resistant or held back, to someone who is dedicated and committed to putting in the time, the energy, and the effort, and showing you my truth and speaking it, you know, so that there's clarity here between you and I. Yeah, 6 cups. Look how beautiful. And this is also the soulmates card, but it's your soul and my soul recognize each other from past life, from whatever. Like, I feel there's an innocent love here. And so if they haven't come forward with a reconciliation, this person will. And I also feel like this person wants to balance out the giving and receiving with you. But I feel like they understand themselves to have to put in a little more work here, because maybe it's more difficult for this person to step up in the emotional realm, you know, to actually keep up to your level of emotions. But there's a drive to do it, and there's a practical understanding of the effort to do it. And so I feel like they're not going to fall short, according to them. They see this vision of standing true to this, despite however long it might take, you know. But I think they're very ambitious about achieving this. And so reconciliation, and also I think the childhood is pulling through with the 6 cups. And because of my childhood, it impacted how I can engage with emotions. And so that was my devil. I've been held back with connecting with emotions, not allowing it to flow. And now I'm looking at dealing with this. Yeah, look, isolation. So I feel this person understands the inevitable is either I'm going to be by myself, or if I shut out my emotions, how can I ever experience connection with you? I'll be isolated. I have been isolated. I have been isolated, and here you are. Like, look at the difference in energy. So I feel you've been facing them. You're warm with all this fiery energy. Okay, and then I've been cold and facing this way, you know, and you're the fire to my coldness. And look, they don't like that. They felt very bad about this experiencing. So I think this is all new to this person. So this is all experiencing a new way of me engaging, of working with you in a way here that could be balanced. And 3 is all about growth. And so about also, I'm seeing 3 pentacles, you know, collaboration, working together. It's about relationships, initial success. 3 is also Empress, which is unconditional love. 3 is also Hangman, which is seeing things from a different perspective. But we need to become enlightened first so we can have higher levels of consciousness. I feel this person's been enlightened to some truth and seeing things differently than how they have in the past. And 3 is also world, which is concluding a major cycle in their world, which it really is confirmed by the death card. Because of how I have been in the past, it's transforming, and then I can close out a cycle in my life that might have been caused at childhood when it comes to how I can express emotions or connect emotionally. And so, yeah, I'm closing that cycle. And the cycle takes time. The world takes time to close. But I feel this is where we're going. From devil, past, all of this sort of more stuck energy, you know, in order to let the things fall away that are not serving, and be more focused on what they can do. And I feel what they can do here is dedicate, commit themselves consistently to bringing balance to the emotions and being more reliable and building a longer term stability for themselves and for you. Because this is ultimately, at the end of the day, what they want to experience with you, you know, because I feel there's something very integral about this person. Like, there's a truth, and they want to make sure it's heard and seen. And I don't think that's been the case. And all they've experienced potentially has been like this because of the fact that you've been there, I don't know, trying to warm them up. And I feel you've done it with a smile. You know, I felt I read your energy before here, pile number 4. But yeah, so what do we have under that? Ordinariness. This is, again, the Capricorn, because this is like chop wood, carry water. What do I do day in, day out? I don't think this person is over the top. I don't think this person is going to be the lavish kind that's going to romantically sweep you off your feet or something like this. We have 2 cups in reverse. It has been very imbalanced. They haven't shown their emotions the same way you do yours. And now it's like, I have to every day, consistently put forward effort in the way that I know how, so that there could be something created here that, you know, I choose. Because if I don't choose this and I don't commit to this, pile 4 is either going to go and I'm going to lose that prudence, that Empress energy, that giving, that compassion that she has, or I'm never going to get that person back if you guys are in separation and they want the 6 cups, which is reconciliation. Okay, so you will hear from this person. Beautiful, pile number 4. That was your reading. I hope that helped you. I wish you guys the very best in these connections. I like to take this time to thank Spirit and all my subscribers and all your angel guides that have been helping you guys navigate through your connections. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye.